Okay, today we are going to use different strategies to find the number represented by a percent. So, in the last couple of days, we've kind of been working on this. We've been doing this with fractions that have a denominator of 100 and expressing them as percents. And yesterday, I also asked you to work on problems like this, where you had a fraction that represented something in the real world, and you were supposed to use equivalent fraction strategy to turn that into a fraction with a denominator of 100. And then write that as a percent, 75%. Okay. Now today's going to be a little bit different. We're going to use a little bit different strategy. So I will record this video working on just two problems, and then you can use this to help you in your practice. Okay. Our first problem is this. Lily had $800. She spent 20% of her money. How much money did she spend? So right here, we have a model to represent this problem. And what I'm going to do is right away, I'm going to label that our whole model here equals the total amount of money that Lily has. So I know that Lily starts with $800. So I'm going to write 800 up here. That means that all of these together equal 800. And then see how this is broken up into 10 pieces and two of them are orange? That's what we're trying to find out. And that is 20%. What's left over right here is 80%. So what we can do is kind of fill this in. And today, you have my permission to use a calculator if you would like. I'm definitely going to model some of our problems today with you using a calculator. So 100% of her money is $800. And what we can do to find 1% of her money is we can divide $800 divided by 100. That will give us 1% of her money. Okay. Now, that's not really what we need yet, but that tells us what 1% is. So this is equal to 1%. And we can use that if we know she spent 20%, we can multiply 20 times our $8 or our 1% to get $160. Okay? So Lily spent $160. Okay, now I believe we also could have divided this $800 into 10 pieces right here and gotten 80, 80, 80, meaning 10% of her money was equal to $80. So to find 20% of her money, you just had to multiply 80 times 2 and get $160. Okay, moving on to the next one. We are going to read about a zoo. One Sunday, 800 people visited a zoo, and 75% of those visitors were children. How many children visited the zoo on that Sunday? Okay, so we have a total of 800 again. I don't know what's up with our math book picking 800. And now we're going to find 75%. So really what's happening here, we could do a model too. Let's try this. Let's draw a model of this. I'm going to put that my total is equal to $800. And I'm actually going to, because I can make 75% a fraction really easy, that is equivalent to 3/4. So I'm going to draw my model in fourths like this, and I'm going to highlight 3 of them. So we're trying to find the value of these 3, 75%. Okay, in order to do that, we can do this 2 ways, okay? In 5th grade, you have not learned how to multiply fractions, so I would not recommend this way. We're going to multiply 75 times 800. I'll show you a different way to do this. What we could do is this. We could divide 800 into 4 equal groups. So 800 divided by 4 is 200. And then we are only counting these 3 boxes. So now we would do 200 times 3 is 600. Now, another way you could do this, and this is the way that most of you will do your work today. If we want to find a percent, we can use division and multiplication to help us. So what I mean by that is we can divide 800, our total, divided by 100. And what that will give us is 1%. Okay? So if I divide 800 by 100, I get 8. So 1% is equal to 8 visitors. Now, I don't have just 1%, though. How much percent do I have? I have 75. So then, in turn, we multiply 75 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40. 7 times 8 is 56 plus 4, 57, 58, 59, 60. 600. This is the way that we will use today. You are allowed to use calculator. So on that Sunday, 600 children visited the zoo. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, Mr. Sanjay earns a monthly salary of $4,400. He spends 25% of the salary on rent and 30% of the salary on food. What percent of his salary is left? So right now, this problem actually, we don't have to do any multiplication or division here. We're just trying to finish this part whole here. So this goes along with the bar modeling we did at the very beginning of the school year. You're going to take 100% and you are going to subtract 25 and 30, or you can combine these to make 55, and then find that missing piece right here. So it requires some regrouping. I'm going to turn this into a 9, 10, 5, 9 minus 5 is 4. So I found 45. Hopefully you agree with me. And if we were to add up 45 plus 25 plus 30, we would get 100. Great. Okay, so 45% of his salary is left, and you can see that right here. Okay, how much of his $4,400 salary is left? So it is telling us, we know that this chunk right here is equal to 45%, but we want to know how much money 45% of $4,400 is equal to. Okay, so here's the method that I will choose for most of you today, using your calculator. You'll have a calculator on your Chromebook. I am going to model this for you. I'm going to take our total and divide by 100, okay? And when we do this, we're finding what 1% is equal to, okay? So we're breaking this up into 100 pieces and finding 1%. So if I do on my calculator right now, $4,400 divided by 100, I get $44. Remember, that's not our answer. That's equal to 1%. But how many percent, or how much percent of his salary are we finding? 45. So now I'm going to take my calculator, or you could do this any way you know how, and I'm going to multiply 45 times 44, because $44 is 1% of his salary, and we want 45% of his salary. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18. I'm going to do my placeholder right here. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18. I got $1,980 left. That's how much that Mr. Sanjay has left after paying for rent and food. Okay, I'm going to stop the video there. Now, if you're struggling on your work today, it is okay. This is hard stuff. You can use your